Growing Your Business, a series of podcasts brought to you by the Learning Works team at Highlands and Islands Enterprise. In this podcast, we'll be taking a closer look at how effective marketing can help you grow your business, as well as firmly establish it within the marketplace. You'll be hearing the opinions of a number of business leaders from across the Highlands and Islands and beyond, and their thoughts on effective marketing and the outcome it has had on their companies. Research has shown that marketing is one of the last things a small business manager considers when looking at their business as a whole. According to a study carried out by Strathclyde University, it's often seen as the bit that gets done at the end. But as the black farmer, Emmanuel-Jones points out, that should never be the case, as marketing plays an important role in whether your business will stand the test of time.
What people need to understand, and one of the problems I find for those people who work in the food business, is that a lot of their energy goes into making the product. And they're brilliant, they're great at making a great product, and then it stops there. But what you have to do is that you have to invest a lot of time and a lot of money into the marketing, into getting the consumer to buy it. So I keep repeating it, is that how you communicate with the consumer. So if you look at your businesses and if you look at your ideas and you're not investing 25% of your time and your money into the marketing and the communication of your business, you're setting yourself up to fail. And that's the thing to try and understand.
At the heart of all marketing is the customer. By understanding and focusing on the customer, a business can begin to identify the real needs of the market. While starting up, the Highlands-based gourmet chocolate producer Cocoa Mountain realised the importance of customers abroad, as well as those on their own doorstep.
Market research involved travelling to sort of Austria, Belgium, looking at small chocolate manufacturers on the continent, looking at the whole package, basically the taste of products, what flavours, what different varieties, whether these flavours work in the UK, with an aim of providing a global product, what would be internationally accepted flavours or whatever. So it was like, just get a general feel for what was out there. Gourmet chocolate tends to be higher end of the market, so a niche product. Because we're setting up in a tourist location, we knew that it was visitors to this area. You have the whole gamut of people who come here, from people camping to people staying in the finest hotels in the areas. The way the business works, when you're making chocolate, they get to test it, so you get to chat to all your customers. They're so impressed by the products that they're ordering again when they go home, and they recommend their company to their friends. So it's these people that come through the doors are spreading our name abroad.
Global marketing expert and entrepreneur Mike Grandinetti believes that if a small business is to prove successful in the long run, it needs to follow the example set by Cocoa Mountain.
Market research, okay? You can't be successful in a domestic market, in an international market without doing market research. Now that sounds very simplistic, but yet I can tell you that so many companies sort of go through the activity trap of just trying many different things based on their own internal speculation of what the market wants. And what he talked about is market research, not just basic, but he went out and talked to a lot of customers. He wanted to understand what they really cared about. He did pricing research, right? He wanted to understand what price the market would bear for the product that he was bringing to market at the high end of the category. He did market and branding research, right? So he talked about going online and looking up the domain name and making sure that he could actually have a global domain name that was identical to the name of his business, right? Because it's very nice when you can have both of those things. It's very awkward when you can't. He then did market validation. He went back and he actually watched his customers sample or enjoy his products. And he was able to see in real time, get their visceral reaction and get a gauge as to how they were responding to what he was offering them. And clearly they seemed to enjoy what he was offering. He understood the importance of a unique selling proposition, right? He talked about fresh chocolate. And it's an amazing thing when we all of us are growing up knowing that when we think of chocolate, we think of Switzerland and Belgium. And yet often we believe things that are not true. So if you don't do market research, you're going to say, oh, I can't possibly export chocolate to Switzerland or Belgium because these are the world's best chocolate makers. But as he quickly found out, there was room for him to deliver a unique product. So all of these lessons, to me, are exactly what I hope all of you will embody as you bring your products to market. So the video was perfectly well timed. And I think he talked about the importance of media, so again, the awareness thing. And he said, yes, we're doing media in Scotland, but we want to get down to London and then into the broader Eurozone as well. And he understood the importance of networking, so a lot of really interesting things that he spoke of.
By keeping a close eye on the market, you'll inevitably be keeping an eye on your competitors too. It's vital you know exactly what they are doing, product-wise, price-wise, and marketing-wise. Cocoa Mountain actually settled on a pricing structure and a potential position in the marketplace after taking a close look at their competitors.
When we're looking at our pricing policy, we looked online basically. We just looked at what other small chocolate producers in the UK were doing and in the States. So we're pitching a product at the higher end of the market and we're using fresh cream in our produce. We put ourselves on par with similar types of products. The real gourmet market we're looking at.
If you're confident with the messages you want to communicate, which tools and techniques should you look to use? For Cocoa Mountain, the most cost-effective ways of marketing were PR and taking the product straight to the consumer.
As a small company, our marketing budget is basically events. We spend our money on going out and meeting our customers and getting the brand out there and getting as much exposure, like the BBC Good Food Show in Glasgow, the food fair at Corder Castle, there's a Port Solboy Boat Festival. So there's a lot of food-related events where you get foodies there, and there's a real food network. Especially in the Highlands, there's a lot of small producers like cheesemakers, organic farmers. They're selling to direct to the customer, and online they're increasing that. And it's networking with these people and getting their expertise is a way of marketing your business, because these are the type of people that will buy from you and recommend you to their networks. So we're trying to get as much out and people try the product. If they might not buy on the day, we just do a lot of sampling when we're at these events. We just let people try 8 out of 10 cases, they'll buy a box and tend to like them, come back and order offline. So it's all about promoting.